Hello, good people, and welcome back. Now, Albert Einstein is relatively well known as one of the brightest minds in history, especially in the realm of physics and relativity. But how does Mr. Einstein fare in the game of 64 squares, in the game of kings, aka our beloved game of chess? Well, against the world champion or masters of his time, probably not very well, but in this game, let's just find out. Let's check it. Welcome to Famous People and Chess, Level Up Edition. So this game took place in Switzerland in 1913, Zurich, I believe. Einstein plays as white, and a gentleman or lady named Cell plays as black. That's as far as my research goes. I'm just here for the chess. Cell could be some sort of a car salesman, a wholesale vendor, or perhaps the button you press when you sell your holdings at the stock market. Anyways, before I begin and before I forget, if you haven't hit the like and subscribe button and you do like this content, please, it'd be great and be truly appreciated. You have my gratitude. That's enough of the intro. Let's get started. White starts with e4. e5 by black, knight to f3 hitting e5, knight to c6 defending, bishop to c4. We have the Italian Juco piano, bishop to c5, very symmetrical. I, for one, don't play this as black, but c3 was played. Development, planning to hit on a d4. Knight to f6, d4 for central control. We don't want to take here because then you lose a piece. You don't want that. After e takes on d4, c takes on d4, bishop to b4, knight to c3. Here, black castles on the king's side. e5 by white, just asserting dominance in the central squares. Knight to e4 was played, and now Einstein plays bishop to d3. A bit of an error. After takes, you can see that this is happening, but I think Einstein was pushing for a really fast development. B takes on c3. A king sidesteps on f1. This is emprise, and black takes. And might be wondering, and probably have seen this formation. Here Einstein plays bishop to h7. In the game, black did not take, instead sidestepped to h8, which was actually an error. It's hard to calculate in this game because usually these Greek gifts end up being in favor of white in a crushing attack. But objectively, if black took and then knight to g5 happened, black only needs to retreat again because of the loss of a rook here after queen to h5 with, say, the idea of a checkmate. Black can actually objectively take the bishop, and after takes, knight to d4. If you don't mind looking, actually, since you're watching, I guess you don't mind looking, all of black's pawns overwhelm the board, and there are a lot of pieces for black here. So the next play for white should be bishop to f6. If takes, takes. You're going to occupy queen to h6 and perform a checkmate threat. But after a knight to e6, securing, the attempt to pin the king there just leads to d6. And black is actually winning here objectively. But of course, these are not grandmasters. So after bishop to h7, the opponent moved to h8, which swings the evaluation for white, because now trouncing on g5 square. g6, preventing queen to h5, but now h4, just prying open that semi-open file now. King to g7, h5. Here, rook to h8 was played. In the game, h takes on g6 happened. There's a prophylactic, or rather, another move that would have worked as h6 push, and then takes. just basically breaking down the defense. Because if you take, these squares are very weak with a check on f3. You have to block with your queen, otherwise king to g8 leads to mate, and the same for any other square. So what I mean is instead, h takes on g6 happened, and now queen to f3, basically eyeing the square there. And mind you, there's a lot of weaknesses for black here, because, well, your king's kind of doomed. Queen to f8 was played, and now Einstein uncorks. Knight to e6, attacking the king and the queen, sacrificing the knight for, well, this. Bishop to h6. His opponent resigns in lieu of y, because the only square for the king is here. And now you have a discovery with check, grabbing the queen. You take the other piece, and after check here, these are your two squares, and either square leads to checkmate. So how good is Einstein? Well, he made a couple blunders, errors in the game, but against this guy, actually, tactically, he's pretty good. Anyways, hope you enjoyed that. More content to come from this channel. I will see you guys later. Peace.